I'd like to welcome you to BeMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth. We're here. And
What's going on?
What is the name of this beautiful exhibit?
So the name of the exhibit is Diary of a Mad Black Artist. Yes. Diary of a Mad Black Artist. It's a play on the title from Tyler Perry's movie Diary of a Mad Black Woman, but I changed it up a little bit to be more reflective of the title of this show. But I wanted this to really be an opportunity to really provide cultural critique through the arts. You know what I mean? I'm taking certain themes that in society you see a lot, especially in our community, and most of the time it's usually weaponized against us. So I feel like we're in a position where we can take a step around a little bit and look at some of the artwork, where we can use art as an opportunity for us to talk about culture, talk about society, talk about sociology, talk about our emotional wellness, our mental mind state, our healing process as a community, as a culture, who are the victims of so many different atrocities by not just this country, but colonialism on a global scale.
Do you have any artwork of an icicle on a classroom window?
Say it again.
Do you have any artwork of an icicle on a classroom window?
Not in this showcase. No, not in this showcase. I have a piece that I'm working on, but it honestly was too big to display here. It's about the size of a couple of these sections on the wall together. So I didn't really have any space that I had on the wall to be able to hang it up. But I think I know when I'm going to display it. It's coming up soon. But yeah, I definitely wanted to dive into a lot of different themes and topics and tell certain stories that I think are very reflective of what's going on in our neighborhood, and really just do it through a lens that challenges people a little bit, especially with some of like the more long form dialogue stuff, which has like in the mixed media pieces that you see, in those pieces you see a lot of my writing, a lot of pages out of my books, some of my poetry, some of my photographs, but through all of these different mediums, I'm painting a tapestry, you know what I mean? A tapestry of storytelling that really centers around our community and the things that we go through.
Femi the Dry Fish earlier today on my show said that when he travels, he tells people, because the question invariably comes up, that we are more than The Wire.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, and The Wire leaves a lot of things out. Even in a piece like this, like you hear people say, that Baltimore is a city that has crabs in the barrel all the time, but we never talk about the fact that the barrel is not a crab's natural habitat. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk about how the jail factors in. We don't talk about how Uncle Sam himself factors in. We don't talk about how the propaganda of this country factors in. And we don't talk about the fact that, like, when some people think that the crabs that are pulling the crab down into the barrel are trying to hold him down or keep him from something. But what happens when the crab actually gets out of the barrel? You know what I mean? It's a pot waiting there for him to get cooked in, So I think that when you just leave it up to, producers and directors that aren't necessarily from here or don't necessarily experience or deal with what we deal with in our communities, their narrative of what goes on here isn't authentic. You know what I mean? Like, it might have elements of the truth in it. It might have elements of our story in it, but it's not going to be real. It's not going to be something that we can feel. And I think that through the vantage point of the artists that are from here, that did grow up here, that do have an understanding of how things got to be this way, our artwork can help to provide not just the reality of how we got here, but a blueprint towards the future.
Why do you care?
Why do I care? Shoot, because somebody has to. I'm raising my kids here.
Why do you live here? You could live anywhere you want.
I could, but Baltimore is home for me. Baltimore, everything that I am is the result of something that I learned or was taught or was influenced by here. I'm not the man that I am without my roots and without my upbringing. And Baltimore is a beautiful city with beautiful people in it. We just choose to focus on the negative. And the lack of investment, the lack of opportunity and resources is the reason for the blight. And nothing is ever going to change here if the most talented among us, the most ingenuity-driven folks among us take their resources, take their opportunities, and they leave and they run out to the county. You're not paying property taxes here now. You're not shopping here. You're not patronizing local businesses. You're not having conversations with people on the street and understanding what the real issues of the community are. So at the end of the day, I knew that if I wanted to be a part of that change, I had to actually be here. I couldn't run away and then say, all right, I'm just gonna send some money or I'm just gonna come in every now and again. Nah, you gotta be a part of that change from within.
Who you get that from? Your parents?
Pops. My father was a Baltimore City firefighter for my entire life until I retired him.
Selfless.
My mother, you know what I mean, was in ministry and worked with children, you know what I mean, her entire life. So, you know, when you think about the fact that I work with kids, that I serve people, you know, it's just a result of my family, my upbringing, you know, the culture that I was ingrained in.
Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts, man. I really just, I'm thankful to everybody that came out, you know what I mean, that visited the exhibit.
This is a nice space. I've never been. I've been down the street, but not here.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a gorgeous
Guilford
space.
Hall Brewery, you know, Baltimore business that, you know, they brew their own spirits here.
How long have they been here?
They've been here for a few years, but they just did a renovation last year that, you know, has it looking the way that it's looking right now. So it's one of the reasons why I wanted to do the exhibit here, really bring people into the space and see the amazing things that they have going on here.
How can people get in touch with you, follow you, hire you, or commission you to do?
Around on the tables, I have a couple of you can get a screenshot of one of the papers that has all of my email address, contact info, social media, but you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, pretty much anywhere. Just Google Aaron Maben, Twitter Aaron Maben, Facebook Aaron Maben, YouTube, all that good stuff.
We appreciate you. And
thank you for coming out.
To Catalina Bird, the bully.
Shout out.
You're watching BMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth.